Raw Mastodon Jaime remix, West Side Gun Live, and then the Fire Hive remix of Coco Joey's Night of the Hunt from the Night of the Hunt remixed album. Just came out a couple of weeks ago. We'll jump into your venue calendar right now, and then after that, we're going to be talking with Tertiary and Kirk Diggler. Tomorrow night, Friday, November the 8th, at Radius at 640 West Cermak Road, Honey Dijon, Chicago. DJ and producer is going to be performing. It's going to be a 10 o'clock show over there. Saturday, November the 9th at 9:30, area 909. Friday, November the 15th, Woolley with Company and Cyclops. James Hype is stopping at Radius on Friday, November the 22nd for a 10 o'clock show. On Saturday, November the 23rd, Atlan's, T-L-I-E-N-S, Riot 10. Gunpoint, it'll be at Radius again. It's a 9 o'clock show. On Friday, November the 29th, and Saturday, November the 30th, both 9 o'clock shows. Elro with the Luna, Coco and Breezy, Amanda Moore, Sears Hood, Tony Varga, etc. Big Bill. On Saturday the 30th, it's going to be Elro with Clapton, Jackie Howler, Kyle Walker, etc. etc. Again, big bills there. 2 nights in a row, 29th and 30th. Just kind of looking ahead, what else is going on at Radius. You can tell you this is kind of a late night venue. I have not actually got a chance to get over there. They opened right before COVID, and then post-COVID kind of took their time getting back on track, but I think their calendars filled out pretty well. So, but that Honey Dijon show tomorrow night should be a blast. That is your venue calendar for this episode of Shots We Loud with Mike Rice at Radius at 640 West Cermak Road down in Pilsen. I was just hanging out yesterday. Always a good reason. If you can find a reason to go down there, find it. Still a cool neighborhood. Even with all those hipsters. Tertiary, Kirk Diggler is here. Gentlemen, thanks for coming in. And you've been in town for a few days.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah. And so thank you for making this happen and reaching out, man, and getting you guys on here. Just talk a little bit. You guys are coming in from Columbus.
Yeah.
And you were playing at Sub T on Tuesday night. You said it went well.
It's a blessing, yeah.
Super well. We they asked for 2 encore songs and we killed it.
Yeah. So we were. I've known Brother Shadow Master for probably since like about 2016, I would say. We can get into a whole other story about my background in radio as well. But when I was here 2013 to about 2020, I worked with a lot of amazing artists just like Shadow Master. So it was cool to kind of reach back out to him and see if I could get the opportunity to bring other amazing musicians like my brother Kirk here. And yeah, it was amazing. So they had us pretty much, they did a little opener that they usually do, freestyle and interact with the crowd. And then they just had us come on. It was took us a little bit to get set up and everything, and I appreciate DJ Solo and Annihilation and Brother Shadow Master for working with us and kind of still appealing to the crowd because we had to plug in mixers and everything. And once everything got set up, it was great. The crowd was feeding off of it. They asked for a few more songs, and yeah, it felt good. Even on a slow night and even on an election night, which was definitely some weird energy, but it felt great.
I think that weird energy is still going out, man. Just being on the train and the bus here in the city last couple of days, looking at people's faces, and you can tell there's this weird vibe going on right now.
It's super weird.
We'll talk about all that stuff a little later. Let's focus on the fun stuff, the positive stuff. Okay. So you got a show tomorrow night at Muse Coffee Studio.
Shout out Brother George, the owner of Muse Coffee up there.
So, have you played that venue before? Have you done
no, so I won't even mind telling the whole story behind it. So we came up here to do a So Far Sound show in April, with our full band, and after we left, right down the street from where we were staying, shout out our friend Jay Lindsay. She'll be performing with us tomorrow too. That's where I'm staying at tonight. Brother Kirk's upscale. He got his own spot at the Hyatt tonight, so he but so I leaving there, walking to coffee shop. Shout out to my girlfriend. She wanted to get the coffee, so she's tuned in right now. I love you, Melissa. So she wanted to get the coffee. Walk in there, and I hear this amazing story about how this brother George dedicated the creation of this coffee shop to his mother, and his whole entire mission is just doing it for the people. So a lot of his
mom is his muse.
Yes,
exactly.
And a lot of what he does there, he allows artists to display themselves. So I told him about the So Far show. He said, "Why are you in town, man? You seem like a little friendly person." I was like, "Well, I just performed with So Far." And he's like, "Oh, I had them here not too long ago." So one thing led to another, and that's how we planned the show there. I was like, I think I can help curate a show based off of the model of So Far Sounds that you've had here and some of the ideas that I have as a curator. So he was open to the idea, and we're pretty much just breaking bread evenly with everybody. Brother Can't Buy Dean is going to be there. Jay Lindsay's going to back us up on percussion, and it's going to be amazing. They're both really two talented artists. They've both been on ABC in the last year, and Joyce is with the Columbia School of Dance. She's their percussionist. And Dean is he's been on he's been on The Shy a few times as a reoccurring character. And aside from that, working with projects like the Case Grant here and working with a lot of artists and doing some of his own major projects. So seeing him from 2016 to now was crazy. So to put together a lineup with all these musicians is just, it's a blessing, because I met most of them on their first show, or, hey, I'm not really a producer, but listen to these beats. And I'm like, I want to rap on these beats now. Or I want to create to these beats. So it was a blessing to give that back to them.
We're going to play some music, and we're going to come back, and I want to talk a little bit about the Columbus scene and what's going on there, because I think it's always a really good idea for people to hear about what's happening.
You're right.
Yeah.
We're going to start with...
Yeah, we're going to talk to Kirk about
that. Let's do that.
Because I think it's just the idea of community here and what different communities can learn from each other at this point. What's going on in Columbus that could be advantageous to Chicago, vice versa, kind of thing, because obviously we are living in a time where we need to be thinking a lot more about community and sticking together.
Yes,
definitely. So we're going to hear Doctor of Society. Anything you guys want to say about this song before we listen to it?
So Brother Kirk usually accompanies me on this song, but I'll give a little bit of a background on this. Do you want to talk about your experience with playing the song? I won't take that away from you.
No, it's okay. You give me background.
He's going to have his songs that I don't have much to do with either, so I'll just figure it out. The song I actually created with an amazing... I don't even want to call him. He's like a behind-the-scenes type of music person, but his name is Josh Antonuccio, and I believe he's the director of the Media Arts School at Ohio University. For anybody who's familiar with that, he helps put on the OU Media Summit down there, and he's been bringing Bob Boylan from Tiny Desk down there since like 2015, 2016, 2017, something like that. Last 4 or 5 years, something like that. But a really amazing guy, one of my mentors, and I went to the studio with him, honestly, as a therapy session when I went back into town there. I love Athens. If you're in Ohio and you've never visited there, you should visit. We created this song, and I had a lot of the production behind it, but he kind of chimed in and was like, hey, you should add a harmony here. You should do this. And this is what we came up with some of my own original production.
This is Doctor of Society here on Que4 Radio.
Hey, Terry.
You're
on the radio.
Huh?
You're on the radio.
I know. This feels so great, man. I used to do this every Friday, like I said, from 2013, UIC Radio from 2013 to 20, literally it was like the end of 2019.
It's a blast, man. I love it. I mean, getting a chance, people come in here playing music and a chance to talk to people.
Yeah.
Man, I love it.
It puts you in the middle of the scene. So I wasn't always as active as I even am now. I just was happy to be surrounded by so many creatives. And maybe sometimes I can say, hey, you should go talk to this person. And
I love making connections like that. Yeah, I do.
It's the whole
once
point.
a month thing at my crib where I just bring in different artists. A lot of people I meet on here. People come in, they talk, they exchange information, they jam. So I just do it like once a month. Usually the first Saturday of every month.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, man. So we're just coming in and I got a building, looking at living in a building where everybody's cool.
Yeah. If you ever want me to recommend any artists, or obviously if we're ever in town, we would always stop by. Joyce would love to probably do something like that because she's been looking to get more inspired and be out around creative. So
cool.
She would just be there accompanying, singing, playing, all that. She's amazing.
Cool.
They say Kirk Diggler. Yeah, and I literally, I was trying to get on here, and I hit up a few people I knew that have shows here, but they're getting, I know 6D Network Entertainment, I used to work with them a lot. Candace actually used to be on UIC Radio on my show, and a few people that they collaborate with used to be too, but I know they're busy as hell, so they might, by the time I end up reading the DMs I send them, they're like, oh shoot, you were in town?
Yeah. No,
I'm like, yeah, so.
Yeah, I think it worked out perfectly.
Who's the owner of the station again?
Que4? A cat named John Ibarra.
John
Ibarra,
right.
yeah.
I used to I didn't, at a point in time before I moved away, I wanted to move the Warden's Midwest radio show to Q4 from UIC.
Okay.
I was talking to him for a while about it before I ended up moving away, but
John's still
appreciate-
around, man. He's still doing it. I don't know, man. He doesn't do.
tell him thank you when you get a chance
I
to.
will.
Just tell him Terry said thank you. He might not even remember me, but I would appreciate
I
it.
know he knows you guys are on the show tonight. So
Awesome,
he
yeah.
might be-
Tell him I said thank you, dude, because he literally when nobody was giving me a chance for a little bit, he was helping me out, man.
John's a good dude, man. Yeah, he's tireless and just trying again to make this idea of community work.
Yeah, he does, man. And I appreciate him for it. If more of us did that, the world would be a better place. That's all we got to do. Work diligently at what you're passionate about. Make it better. Connect people. So.
Well, and fuck all this big picture shit because we don't have a fucking voice. We have to take care of what is right here in the
Right now.
Yeah, in front of you.
Right in front of you right
What you
now.
touching?
All this big picture shit, we don't have any power.
Yeah, no.
Cast that
Community.
vote. Fucking vote don't mean a fucking
Not a
thing, man.
damn thing, brother.
We all